This is the Investor Connect podcast program. I'm Halti Martin. I'm the host of this show in which we interview angel investors, venture capital, family offices, private equity, and many other investors for early stage and growth companies. I hope you enjoy this episode. Investor Connect is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors and startups for fundraising. Please consider donating $100 to the program to help others in their investor and entrepreneur journey. You can find the donate button on the investorconnect.org website. Well, hello, this is Hal Martin with Investor Connect. Today we're here with Archie Cheishvili, CEO of GenesisAI. GenesisAI is a machine learning protocol. On top of this protocol, they are building a marketplace for AI products and services and Amazon for AI. The marketplace connects companies in need of AI services, data, and models with companies interested to monetize their AI tech. Archie, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for inviting. Glad to be here again.
Great. So remind us about your background and what were you doing before you started working in AI companies?
For sure. So I grew up in Eastern Europe, Republic of Georgia, and I came to Boston for my undergrad studies. I did my undergrad at Harvard in economics. I had a brief history working at the largest hedge fund in the world. Then I got super interested in artificial intelligence, and I started my first AI company. This is in 2016, and we were doing a people analytics platform. And we discovered that there are lots of AI developers who have problem to discover, test, and integrate AI solutions. So that was the inspiration behind my current startup, GenesisAI.
Great. So what excites you right now?
So AI is probably one of the most transformational technologies that world has seen in last 20 years, probably maybe even longer, maybe since the emergence of the internet. We have seen how much impact AI is already having right now when it comes to customer service or when it comes to translation or communication or analyzing or anything, right? And I'm super excited to be part of this AI revolution. And we hope that GenesisAI going to make substantial contributions in improving people's lives using power of artificial intelligence.
Great. So you've been working in the AI sector for a long time. What's your advice for people running startups in that sector? What do you tell them to do before they go out and launch their product?
It's a really great question. So a couple of years ago, it was possible to build your own artificial intelligence model and beat large companies in terms of quality of AI models that you will build. Right now, this is becoming less realistic because big companies are spending probably 10 to 100 times more on AI model development as they used to spend before. They are really prioritizing now the quality of AI tools. And small companies do not really have tens of millions to spend on training these AI models to make them really, really high quality. So my suggestion for people running AI startup will be to, instead of developing what they call foundational model yourself, for example, instead of developing AI that does translation, take whatever is already built and deployed, given by a large company, for example, Google, Facebook, or OpenAI, then customize it to a specific industry and then build a large business going there. So this advice probably going to be great for 95% of entrepreneurs. And for 5% of entrepreneurs who are willing to do much higher risk, higher reward, ideas, and for them, they might be better off to take a big risk and trying whether they can beat the biggest player in something they care the most, which is building a foundational models.
Well, I understand that one of the key successes of an AI application is the training data or the training model you use. Do you think this is going to be a key place for startups to focus on in building better solutions?
Yes, so I think it will be, but when it comes to training already trained model. So what I mean here is, let's say that there is an AI tool that is very good generally translating from French to English, but it's not really good when it comes to translating very, very technical text, for example, a medical healthcare related text. So instead of building a translation model from ground up, I would use, for instance, Google's translation model, then gather as much data as I can related to healthcare medical field, then train my AI model specifically on that use case and offer the final solution to customers.
That's an interesting approach. So now with the Chat GPT and what's coming on the market, how do you see the industry evolving from here? What are we going to see next?
Yeah, so with ChatGPT probably where everyone's mind, right? This is an example of how well AI is working today. And this is in a big contrast with blockchain, for example, or crypto. In crypto, people always talk about, in 5 years, in 10 years, we're going to do this and that. In AI, we are not really futuristic anymore. Right now, we talk about the present, and present is presently disruptions that are done by AI. And ChatGPT is a great example of results that we already saw instead of just waiting for something to happen in the future. And ChatGPT, I use it on a daily basis. I use it for everything, calculating, for example, how many emails do I need to send to have high confidence rate in my email A/B test, to asking how can I do, for example, debug a code. So it's technically can create a middle sort of equal opportunity for everyone in the world, right? That everyone going to have this great AI assistant, AI advisor, who is going to provide the same knowledge to anyone in the world. So you will not need to be born in a super wealthy and smart family to have access to information and access to great advice, rather than you can have AI assistant give you amazing advice and suggestions without paying anything for it. So it's groundbreaking, and it's really interesting to see how much ChatGPT are going to be implemented across businesses. They already have around 100 million users. Most of them are individual users, but I think really, really big companies are looking to incorporate it, which probably going to add another few 100 million users to ChatGPT.
Great. And so what do you think is the biggest change we're going to see with this new AI technology?
I think the biggest, I would say two things. So first is automating what software engineers do, right? In the last 20 years, salaries of software engineers and data scientists have been going up through the roof, right? And this group of people have been capturing most of the new wealth that has been created. Yes, overall, world is becoming wealthier, but when you really dive deep, you will find that most of this new growth is being accumulated among top 1% and top 5%. And large amount of people who are in top 5% are exactly software engineers. This is true both in US and emerging markets as well. And the super smart AI guys like Sam Altman, they discovered that biggest money that can be made and the most value that can be created is not automating car manufacturing. It is automating exactly what software engineers do. And they were like, okay, let's use AI to do that. And ChatGPT, which probably can beat mediocre average engineer in pretty much anything, is a true risk to software engineering jobs, but also it comes with some benefits, which is ability to help everyone in the world to build great tools, right? I don't need to be super technical now to build amazing application. I don't need to be paying 20,000 to an average engineer to be able to do something. It provides equal opportunities to everyone. This is how it should have been. For now, software engineers had incredible leverage when it comes to salaries, when it comes to them working 3-4 hours a day. Now this is not the case anymore, and this all has to do with the emergence of AI.
Great. And so, what are the challenges in the AI space for the startup that goes after it? What unique challenges might they have to overcome?
So usually for AI startups, there is a challenge when it comes to cost of computation, data, and labeling the data, right? I would say cost of computation is probably one of the biggest ones because if you want to create a simple AI that, for example, can play poker, you will probably end up spending 20 to 50,000 on AWS or Google Clouds. And that's an enormously high cost for individual or for small startups, right? And the cost of computation, I'm sort of really surprised and shocked that cost of all things cloud cost related has not been really going down, but it has been either going up or stagnating. I don't want to accuse these big companies of some sort of a collusion, but it sort of seems crazy that, for example, it just seems crazy how expensive these things are, even though competition is still very high, because usually there is direct negative correlation between prices and competition, right? All else equal, if there are 100 people selling 100 kilograms of apple versus one person selling 100 grams of apple, prices are very, very different. But we have not really seen this in cloud. So, yeah.
Great. And so, AI can do a lot of different things, but what do you think are going to be good opportunities for investors to pursue as far as sectors and applications in AI? What will we see hit first?
Yeah, it's a really interesting question. So I would say that, I would divide into two parts, opportunities for big companies and opportunities for small startups. Opportunities for big companies, biggest opportunity is definitely, I would say there are two biggest opportunities. The first part is search related. Microsoft is leading the way. They found that using an AI that not only scans the internet and gives you a links to answer your question, but actually synthesizes everything, generates written text to give you the best answer instead of sending the links. Microsoft realized that that's what people truly want, and they're absolutely right. I don't really want to be given 10 links and just read all these 10 links to answer a question. I want one concise, synthesized answer, right? And when it comes to second opportunities, probably with digital ads, and TikTok is really leading the way. They are an AI first company, and their targeting is also AI first. So I think they are posing substantial risk to Facebook's advertising. Now, for small startups, I would say biggest opportunities are just thinking really hard how ChatGPT and similar competitor tools can be used for specific niche applications, right? For instance, if let's say that you want to create AI applications that's going to help people to purchase a car, right? This was really not really possible a few years ago, or I guess even a few months ago. It would only provide a very, very simplistic help. For example, you want BMW, here are 5 BMW postings from car gurus and from different places. But now, because of great understandings that ChatGPT has, you can literally tell to a ChatGPT that will be trained for the specific application. I'm looking for BMW 2015 to 2016, this price, for example, all-wheel drive, color yellow, and so on. Scan the internet, go to every car company website that you can find, and send me your 5 best offers and explain why you think these are the best offers for you. And if a person can do that, I think that's going to save you probably good, maybe 100 hours. I have seen some of my friends spending 100, 200 hours or more buying a car. So these are a couple of examples of opportunities that exist.
Well, that's great. Sounds like it's going to be a great new world. In the last few minutes that we have here, what else should we cover that we haven't about your project itself?
For sure. So we have been really fortunate to be operating AI marketplace because in the last couple of months there has been a substantial interest from AI startups to better monetize their AI tools, and also most importantly from people to give these AI tools a try. Right. Few months ago, maybe people were relatively skeptical. Okay, I'm hearing all this buzz about AI, but I haven't really seen this working really well. Using ChatGPT, people can see that it can literally do miracles, right? So GenesisAI, we started, I guess, since the last time I was at the show. Martin, we start generating revenue. We have now over 2,000 registered users. Our product is getting lots of improvements when it comes to infrastructure, ease of use, UI, models we have, and we are excited to be at the forefront of AI revolution. And we're going to have some really interesting announcements when it comes to a specific AI tools that we are going to enter the market with.
Well, great. And when will we see that on the marketplace?
So marketplace is up and running. Anyone can go to GenesisAI.io, sign up. You will see around 35 AI tools. You can ranging from natural language processing to speech recognition to image recognition. You can use it. You can consume it at a scale by making API calls. So this is ideal for both regular people who probably will not need to make requests maybe 5-10 times more a day, and also ideal for people who might want, for example, 500 translations an hour, right, or 500 text summarization an hour, and that is possible to be achieved through making API calls.
Great. And if I have an AI tool, can I place it up there as well?
Yes, we also completed a fully self-deployed AI API features that allows software engineers to deploy their AI API on our platform. This is one of the biggest achievements for us when it comes to allowing anyone in the world to monetize their AI. So you don't need to have a B2B sales team to find customers for your AI API. If you're, for example, smart computer science student in France or Romania, you can monetize your AI tool without doing any B2B sales.
Well, that's great. How best for people to find out more about that tool?
Yeah, I would encourage everyone to visit GenesisAI.io and support us.
Great. And how best for people to contact you with more detailed questions?
So I'm at Archie, ARCHIL at GenesisAI.io.
Great. We'll put those contact details in the show notes. I want to thank you for joining us today and hope to have you back for a follow-up soon.
Thank you. It was great, Marty. Thank you.
Investor Connect helps investors interested in startup funding. In this podcast series, experienced investors share their experience and advice. You can learn more at investorconnect.org. Halti Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early-stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.